Welcome to part 2 of P block elements. In the first part, we discussed about introduction of group 15 elements. Now we will see second part of group 15 elements. You seen recently one explosive substance in Beirut, August 4th, 2020. What is the substance responsible for this explosion? Ammonium nitrate. Ammonium nitrate. So in today's class, we are going to discuss related to this only. So first of all, we will see binary compound. What is meant by binary compound? You know, binary means 2. So binary compound means the compound which contains only 2 elements. The compound which contains only 2 elements are called binary compounds. So how to identify the binary compounds? So you can see here some examples. Halide, IDE, halide, oxide, phosphide, carbide, hydride, nitride. So this compound, if name ends with IDE, ide, then it is a binary compound. Halide means one atom is halogen, another element is MX. Oxide means element M and oxygen. Phosphide, element M and phosphorus. So these are binary compounds. Hydride, IDE. So it is also a binary compound which contains hydrogen. So here nitrogen and hydrogen. Element is nitrogen and hydrogen. Oxygen and hydrogen. Boron and hydrogen. Carbon and hydrogen. Hydrogen and chlorine. So these are hydrides. The binary compounds containing hydrogen are called hydrides. You can see hydrides in class 11th you studied. Hydrides are of mainly 3 types. Ionic hydrides, these are formed by S block elements. Metallic hydrides, these are formed by D and F block elements. Third one is covalent hydrides or molecular hydrides. Hydrides are molecular hydrides. Hydrides are of 3 types. Ionic hydrides, metallic hydrides, molecular hydrides. So P block elements forms covalent hydrides or molecular hydrides. Now we are discussing about hydrides of group 15 elements. So these are the elements of group 15, you know. N forms hydrides of the formula NH3, PH3, ASH3, SBH3, BiH3. So general formula of hydrides of group 15 elements is MH3. So these are the hydrides of group 15 elements. General formula of hydrides is MH3. You can see the names of these 5. NH3, it is called ammonia. PH3 is called phosphine. ASH3 is called azine. SBH3 is called stibine. BiH3 is called bismuthine. So these are the hydrides of group 15. So how to prepare these hydrides? Hydrides are prepared by the reaction of their metallic binary compounds with dilute acids. Hydrides are prepared by the reaction of their metallic binary compounds either with water or dilute acid. This compound name is magnesium nitride. Magnesium nitride reacts with water, gives ammonia. Similarly, Ca3P2, its name calcium phosphide reacts with water, gives phosphine PH3 plus 3CaOH twice. Here metallic binary compound is phosphide. So phosphine, nitride, ammonia, arsenide, arsine. So this is the general method to prepare hydrides. So general characteristics of hydrides. We will see. First one, ammonia is a colorless, pungent smelling and non-poisonous gas. Ammonia is a colorless, pungent smelling and non-poisonous gas, while other hydrides are also colorless but foul smelling, that means bad smell, and poisonous gases also. So ammonia is a non-poisonous gas, others are poisonous gases. All these acts as Lewis bases due to the presence of lone pair. You can see here in the structure of ammonia, lone pair of electrons. Because of this lone pair of electrons, all these hydrides acts as Lewis bases. So all these hydrides acts as Lewis base. It is the structure of ammonia. What is the hybridization of ammonia? sp3. Shape of ammonia molecule is pyramidal. Bond angle is 107 degrees. Actually expected angle in sp3 109 degrees 28 minutes. But due to presence of this lone pair, bond pair repulsions, according to Vesper theory, because of lone pair bond pair repulsions, its bond angle is decreased to 107 degrees. Next point, in a group from top to bottom, atomic size increases. So this is NH bond length, PH, ASH, SBH, BIH. So from top to bottom, as atomic size increases, bond length also increases. As atomic size increases, bond length increases. So bond strength decreases. That means energy decreases. So in case of BiH3, because of it is a long bond, because of it is a weak bond, so breaking is easy. It is easy to break. That means Bi dissociates and give H easily. But Breaking NH bond is difficult because it is a short bond and strong bond. It is a short and strong. BH is a long bond and a weak bond. So it gives H easily, dissociates easily. So dissociation is not possible. That means NH3 is more stable, thermally more stable is NH3. It is the most stable hydride, of group 15 elements is NH3. So from top to bottom stability decreases. NH3 is greater than, PH3 greater than, SH3 is greater than, SbH3 is greater than BiH3. So it is the order of stability of hydrides of group 15 elements. From top to bottom, solubility in water also decreases. Stability decreases, solubility in water also decreases. Which is more soluble? Ammonia is more soluble in water. Because of formation of hydrogen bonds. Already discussed in NH is a strong bond, so bond energy is more. So bond energy decreases. Bond angle in NH3 is how much? 107 degrees because sp3 hybridization. Whereas in pH3 bond angle is around 91 degrees. Here no hybridization. In all other hydrides no hybridization. pH3 no hybrid orbitals. Pure p orbitals are involved in bonding. Hence bond angle is around 91 degrees, but here sp3 hybrid orbitals are involved in bonding, so bond angle is 107, next also 91, 90, like this. Top to bottom, from NH3 to BiH3, bond energy decreases, bond angle decreases. Next, basic nature decreases. We discussed already, NH3 is a base due to presence of lone pair. pH3 is also base due to the presence of lone pair. SH3 is also base due to presence of lone pair. SbH3 also acts as base due to the presence of lone pair. As size increases, electrons are dispersed in a large area, so donating tendency becomes decrease, so basic nature decrease. In NH3, this pair is in full control of nitrogen, it can donate easily. So whereas in SbH3 and BiH3, because of large size, donating tendency decreases. But why it is a base? Because of lone pair of electrons. Electron pair donor is a base. Because of this lone pair of electrons, its basic nature is there. But from top to bottom, size increase, so donating tendency decreases, hence basic nature decrease. Ease of replacement of hydrogen atom also decreases. In NH3, these hydrogens can replace with some other groups easily. This is not possible in a large hydride. So top to bottom all these properties decreases. But covalent nature increases. From NH3 to BiH3, covalent nature increase. That means BiH3 is more covalent. BiH3 is more covalent. Acidic nature also increases. You see, in basic nature decrease. That means acidic nature increases. Reducing power increases. Already seen, NH dissociation is not possible. But BiH bond is weak bond. Dissociation possible. It gives H easily. This H is useful for reduction. This hydrogen is responsible for reduction. That's why BiH3 is a good reducing agent. From NH3 to BiH3, reducing power increases. Which one is good reducing agent? BiH3 is good reducing agent. From top to bottom, covalent nature increases, acidic nature increases, reducing power increases. That means car increases. From top to bottom, car increases. All other properties, thermal stability, solubility, bond energy, bond angle, basic nature, ease of replacement, all these properties from top to bottom decreases. So that means NH3 is more stable, NH3 is more soluble, NH3 has high bond energy, NH3, in NH3 bond angle is maximum, NH3 is more basic, ease of replacement is more in NH3, more covalent BiH3, more acidic BiH3, good reducing agent BiH3. So in all these cases, NH3 is occupy first place in some properties, in other places BiH3. But in another one is variation of boiling point. Boiling point generally directly proportional to molecular size or molecular weight. As molecular size increases, forces of attraction between molecule also increases. Boiling point is directly proportional to molecular size, which is directly proportional to molecular weight. So as molecular size increases, molecular weight and forces of attraction also increase. To break these forces, more heat energy is required, hence boiling point increases. You can see here NH3, two PH3 molecules, two ASH3, two SBH3, two BiH3. Here NH3 small size, here BiH3 bismuthine is large size. Size more, then attractions between these two molecules also more. For breaking this, more energy is required. So its boiling point is more boiling point. Here NH3 you are expecting low boiling point because of small size. This is like NH3. This one is BiH3. For breaking this BiH3 and BiH3 molecules, they are attracted strongly. To break this, more energy is required. More energy is required. So BiH3 are expecting more boiling point. So expected order of boiling point is NH3, PH3, ASH3, SBH3, BiH3. But you know in NH3, another NH3 molecule, hydrogen of one molecule and nitrogen of another molecule are held together by weak electrostatic force. This is called hydrogen bond. Intermolecular hydrogen bond. This intermolecular hydrogen bond is possible in case of NH3. So, along with this NH3 attractions, additional bond, this intermolecular hydrogen bond, hence this boiling point is more than expected. Now, least one is PH3, ASH3, SBH3, BiH3. This NH3 are expecting at bottom, but it will come to middle. This is NH3. Why this NH3 has greater boiling point than PH3? Because of intermolecular hydrogen bond. NH3 has high boiling point than PH3 because of intermolecular hydrogen bond. Now, among these five, PH3 is least boiling point. That means more volatile. So order of boiling points is PH3 less than ASH3 is less than NH3 is less than SBH3 is less than BiH3. So it is the order of boiling point. More volatile hydride among group 15 elements is PH3. PH3 is more volatile hydride. So up to now I explained these properties, variation of boiling point. Next we will move to oxides. Reactivity towards oxygen. So these elements, group 15 elements, forms oxides of the type E2O3 and E2O5, where E is group 15 element, either nitrogen, phosphorus, arsenic, antimony, bismuth. These are called generally trioxides. These are called pentoxides. So it is the general formula of oxides of group 15 elements. Group 15 elements forms oxides of the type E2O3 and E2O5. Example P2O3 and P2O5. Generally, the oxide with higher oxidation state is more acidic. Not only here, it is common in next group 16 also it will come. Oxides with higher oxidation number are more acidic. P2O3 oxidation state is +3. P2O5 oxidation state is +5. That means which one is more acidic? P2O5 is more acidic. One more point, these P2O3 phosphorus oxides, arsenic oxides, antimony oxides generally exist as dimers. P2O3 occurs as P4O6 dimer, P2O5 as P4O10. Acidic character decrease down the group. Oxides in a group from top to bottom, nature of oxides. Acidic nature decreases. That means nitrogen oxide is more acidic. Nitrogen and phosphorus are purely acidic. Both are acidic. In this two, nitrogen is more acidic. Arsenic and antimony are amphoteric, and the oxide of bismuth is basic. That means in a group from top to bottom, that means N2O3, P2O3, AS2O3, Sb2O3, Bi2O3. Nature of oxides you can see clearly here. These are acidic, these are amphoteric, this one is basic. From top to bottom, acidic nature decreases. Next one, reactivity towards halogens. Reactivity towards halogen, that means halides. Up to now, today we seen hydrides, oxides, now halides. General formula of halides is EX3 and EX5, where E is group 15 element like nitrogen, phosphorus, arsenic, antimony and bismuth. These forms trihalides. EX3 means trihalides. EX5 is pentahalides. Phosphorus trichloride, phosphorus pentachloride. In case of nitrogen, NCl3 is there, but NCl5 does not exist. Nitrogen does not form pentahalide. Why? Due to non-availability of d orbitals in the valency shell. NCl5 does not exist. Why? Due to lack of d orbitals in the valency shell. Pentahalides are more covalent than trihalides. PCl5, PCl3, here +3, here +5. Lower oxidation state, ionic. Higher oxidation state, covalent, according to Fajans rule. According to Fajans rule, lower oxidation state ionic, higher oxidation state covalent. So that's why pentahalides are more covalent than trihalides. All the trihalides except nitrogen are stable. NF3 is the most stable trihalide of nitrogen. Trihalides except BiF3 are covalent. BiF3 is ionic. So in trihalides, NF3 is stable, BiF3 is ionic, NCl3 is explosive. NCl5 does not exist due to absence of d orbitals. Between PCl3 and PCl5, PCl5 is more covalent according to Pagen's rule. So these are the important points related to halides. Next one, reactivity towards metals. Reactivity towards metals. This group 15 element, nitrogen combined with calcium gives calcium nitride, binary compound with calcium. Calcium nitride, calcium phosphide, arsenide, antimonide, bismuthide. These metallic binary compounds, if react with water or dilute acid, the product is hydride. If calcium nitride means product is ammonia. Calcium phosphide reacts with water, PH3. This one gives ASH3 like this. These elements, that means group 15 elements, reacts with metals to form their binary compounds exhibiting -3 oxidation state. In metallic binary compounds only, these elements exhibits -3 oxidation state. In all other compounds, they exhibit +3 and +5. In this, they exhibit -3 oxidation state. Here some questions we will see. Though nitrogen exhibit +5 oxidation state, it does not form pentahalide. Give reason. Already you seen nitrogen only 2 cells, 1s2, 2s2, 2p3. N is equal to 2 as s and p orbitals only. In 2, d orbital is not possible. It does not have d orbitals. So expanding its covalency beyond 4 is not possible. That's why it does not form pentahalide. In one word, due to absence of d orbital. Due to absence of d orbital, it cannot form pentahalide. Next, why pentahalides are more covalent than trihalides? In pentahalides, oxidation state is +5. In trihalides, +3. High charge, more polarizing power, so more covalent according to Pagen's rule. Next topic is dinitrogen. So how to prepare this dinitrogen? N2 gas. Dinitrogen means N2. It is produced commercially by the liquefaction and fractional distillation of air, because you know air contains nitrogen and oxygen. So you have to separate these two. Air is converted into liquid, then liquid air can be separated into nitrogen and oxygen by fractional distillation method. So it is industrial preparation, laboratory preparation. Dinitrogen is prepared by treating aqueous solution of ammonium chloride with sodium nitrite, NaNO2, sodium nitrite. Ammonium chloride and sodium nitrite gives nitrogen gas. Small amount of NO and HNO3 are also formed in this reaction. These impurities can be removed by passing the nitrogen gas through sulfuric acid containing potassium dichromate. It is a laboratory method. Second laboratory method is thermal decomposition of ammonium dichromate. Ammonium dichromate on heating in the presence heat thermal decomposition gives nitrogen. Third method is very pure nitrogen. In this case you will get very pure nitrogen can be obtained by thermal decomposition of sodium or barium azide. This is important for board examination. Very pure nitrogen, heating of barium azide or sodium azide gives, if it is sodium azide, gives sodium metal and nitrogen. Barium azide gives barium and nitrogen. These are methods of preparation of nitrogen gas. Here some properties of nitrogen gas. It is a colorless, odorless, tasteless and non-toxic gas. Dinitrogen is a colorless, odorless, tasteless and non-toxic gas. It has two stable isotopes, that is 7n14 and 7n15. It has very low solubility in water. Low solubility in water. It is quite inert. This point is important. Nitrogen is inert because of N triple bond N. To break this triple bond, more energy is required, nearly 945.4 kilojoules per mole. So it has high bond dissociation energy, high BDE, bond dissociation enthalpy. It is quite inert at room temperature because of high bond enthalpy of N triple bond N. As temperature increases, reactivity increases. At higher temperature, nitrogen combines with metals to form ionic nitride, combines with non-metal to form covalent hydrates. All this happen at high temperature. At room temperature, this is inert. At high temperature, it combines with metals as well as it combines with non-metals. Next property, it shows the following reactions. Lithium combines with nitrogen gives lithium nitride. Magnesium combines with nitrogen gives magnesium nitride. Lithium is group 1 element, magnesium is group 2 element. It is a diagonal relationship. Similarity of lithium with magnesium. It is common property. Anomalous property of lithium with similar to magnesium. Similarly, nitrogen combines with hydrogen to give ammonia in the presence of iron catalyst with promoter molybdenum at high temperature and high pressures. This commercial method is called Haber's process. In Haber's process, nitrogen gas and hydrogen gas are combined in 1:3 ratio. It will come next. Dinitrogen combines with dioxygen, N2 plus O2 gives 2NO at very high temperature. Generally this gas will form during lightning in atmosphere. N2 is present in air, O2 is also present in air. At high voltage, at very high temperature, both gases will combine. This gives NO, nitric oxide. So what are the uses of dinitrogen gas? Nitrogen gas has some uses. First one, the main use of dinitrogen in the manufacture of ammonia and industrial chemicals containing nitrogen, calcium cyanamide, not cyanide, calcium cyanamide, CaCN2. It also finds use where an inert atmosphere is required. Example, iron and steel industry, inert diluent for reactive chemicals. In case of normal air, O2 will combine. In case of air contains only N2, it creates inert atmosphere. Liquid dinitrogen is used as refrigerant to preserve biological materials, food items and cryosurgery. Cryo means low temperature, very low temperatures. Next compound of nitrogen is ammonia. It is very important compound. Already you know some information about ammonia. Is present in small quantities in air and soil where it is formed by the decay of nitrogenous organic matter. Example urea. Nitrogen cycle like this. It is urea combined with water gives ammonium carbonate, decomposes to give ammonia. On small scale, ammonia is obtained from ammonium salts. You can prepare ammonia gas in lab. You take any of ammonium salt, you treat with calcium hydroxide or sodium hydroxide, you will get ammonia gas. On large scale, industrially, ammonia is manufactured by Haber's process, already discussed. N2 plus H2, catalyst is iron. It is an exothermic reaction. What are the conditions in accordance to Le Chatelier's principle for the formation of ammonia by Haber's process? For this process, these are the favorable conditions. 200 atmosphere pressure is needed. If you are using more pressure, you will get more ammonia. Temperature about 700 Kelvin, because at low temperature nitrogen is inert. So at moderate temperature, optimum temperature only, it will react. Catalyst is iron oxide with small amounts of K2O and Al2O3. This acts as promoter. These are the favorable conditions. It is the flow chart to prepare ammonia gas by Haber's process. What are the raw materials? Raw materials used in Haber's process. Nitrogen and hydrogen gas in 1:3 ratio is allowed. These gases are allowed into this nitrogen and hydrogen gases are allowed into compressor with high pressure and allowed next to catalytic chamber, contains iron oxide and the oxides of potassium and aluminum. Here temperature is maintained 700 Kelvin. Then this reaction will take place, ammonia will form. That ammonia is liquefied, liquid ammonia. The unreacted, non-reacting gases again recycled into recycling pump, and after that it is allowed again into catalytic chamber. It is Haber's process. Next, properties of ammonia. Ammonia is a colorless gas with pungent odor. Its freezing point and boiling point values are given here. In the solid and liquid state, it is associated with hydrogen bonds. Hydrogen bonds. As in case of water, that accounts for its higher melting and boiling points than expected. That's why ammonia has more boiling point than pH3 because of intermolecular hydrogen bonds. It is about structure of ammonia. We discussed already sp3 hybridization, bond angle, because of this repulsion, lone pair, bond pair. Expected angle is 109 degrees 28 minutes, but it decreased due to bond pair, lone pair repulsions. Here some properties. Ammonia is highly soluble in water and its aqueous solutions. It is weakly basic. Ammonia is a weak base because partial ionization will take place. Next question. What happens when ammonia is treated with zinc sulfate and ferric chloride respectively? In salt analysis, in practicals, in salt analysis it will come, you take zinc salt, treat with ammonia solution, you will get white precipitate. Ferric chloride, you will get brown precipitate, Similarly, copper salt, you take copper salt is treated with ammonia, you will get deep blue color because of formation of complex. When silver salt is treated with ammonia, a white precipitate is formed. That white precipitate is soluble in excess of ammonia, that is complex AgNH3 twice Cl. So ammonia forms complexes with copper salts and silver salts. In this complex, what is the coordination number? 4. In this complex, what is the coordination number? 2. You will understood coordination number in coordination compound chapter. Here, this 2 is called coordination number, this 4 is called coordination number. With copper salts, it forms a complex. It is a complex. Similarly, with silver salt also it will form complex. Next question. From the reaction, what typical characteristic of ammonia can be gathered? The presence of lone pair of electrons on nitrogen atom of the ammonium molecule makes it a Lewis base. It donates electron pair and forms linkage with metal ions and finds an application in the detection of metal ions. So these are the main uses of ammonia. It is used to produce various nitrogenous fertilizers like ammonium nitrate, urea, ammonium phosphate and ammonium sulfate. These are the important fertilizers. You know, urea is fertilizer, ammonium phosphate, ammonium sulfate. This ammonium nitrate, in the starting of this class I told Beirut that explosive substance, it is an explosive substance, ammonium nitrate. To prepare this type of substances, ammonia is used. Ammonia is used in the manufacture of nitric acid also. It is our next topic. Liquid ammonia is also used as refrigerant for making ice. You know, ice factories, this liquid ammonia is used for making ice. Why does ammonia act as Lewis base? Already you discussed here, lone pair. NH3 has one lone pair of electron, therefore it acts as a Lewis base. Why does NO2 dimerize? In NO2, 2,5, O2, 2,6. In N, valence electrons 5, in O 6, in another O 6, total 17. It is an odd electron molecule, odd number of valence electrons, 17 odd number. So that's why it will dimerize. 2 into 17, it will give 34 even number. Two molecules of NO2 will combine and gives N2O4. Why it undergo dimerization? Because it is an odd electron molecule. Our last topic from group 15 is nitric acid, HNO3, nitric acid. It is one of the strong acid used in lab. Preparation of nitric acid. In the lab, nitric acid is prepared by heating some nitrate with dilute H2 with concentrated H2SO4. Nitrate salt, concentrated H2SO4, you will get nitric acid in lab. How to prepare nitric acid in lab? Treating salt NaNO3 with concentrated H2SO4, you will get nitric acid. But large scale, industrially, commercial preparation, Ostwald's process. In Ostwald's process, starting substance is ammonia. In the uses of ammonia also you see, ammonia is used in the preparation of nitric acid, manufacture of nitric acid. Ammonia oxidation gives NO. NO is further oxidized NO2. NO2 dissolved in water gives HNO3. What are the steps? First step is oxidation, further oxidation and dissolving in water. So what is the principle involved in Ostwald's process? Principle involved in Ostwald's process is oxidation of ammonia. What is the starting substance used in Ostwald's process? Ammonia. What is the intermediate? NO2. What is the final product? HNO3, nitric acid. It's the structure of HNO3. It is HNO3, OH bond. So this bond is responsible for acidic nature. So only one OH is there. So its basicity is 1. It is a monobasic acid. It exists as a planar molecule. In gaseous state, it exists as a planar molecule. So we will see properties of nitric acid. It is a colorless liquid. Boiling point and freezing points given. 68% of nitric acid generally in lab. We will get in lab nitric acid, concentrated nitric acid, that is 68%. Its density is 1.504. It is a strong acid. I already told, one of the strong acid used in the lab. So it is a strong acid. It gives more number of hydronium ions, completely ionized. Concentrated nitric acid is a strong oxidizing agent. These properties are important. It oxidizes copper metal to copper nitrate. It oxidizes copper metal to copper nitrate if it is dilute. Copper metal to copper nitrate. NO2 gas will come if it is concentrated. NO will come if it is dilute. Similarly, in dilute case, here N2O. In concentrated case, zinc will give NO2. You have to remember these things. Zinc will give N2O and NO2. In both cases, concentrated NO2 will come. Every case, salt is common. Copper means copper nitrate. Zinc means zinc nitrate. Water is also common. Water. What are the products? Metal plus nitric acid gives salt plus water plus some oxide. Some oxide of nitrogen, that may be NO or NO2 or N2O. Here some metals, noble metals, gold and platinum, no reaction. Some metals, chromium and aluminium, do not dissolve in concentrated nitric acid because of the formation of layer. You know from lower classes also, aluminium will form protective layer. So aluminium cannot react with concentrated HNO3. So that's why concentrated HNO3 can be transported or stored in aluminum containers. Concentrated HNO3, you seen reaction of concentrated HNO3 with metals. Similarly, it oxidizes non-metals also. I2 to HiO3, iodic acid. carbon to carbon dioxide, sulfur to sulfuric acid, phosphorus to phosphoric acid. It is a strong concentrated HNO3 is a strong oxidizing agent. It oxidizes all the metals except noble metals to metal oxides, metal nitrates. Similarly, it oxidizes non-metals also to acids. So here one test, brown ring test. In practical it will be there. So you can see here brown ring. So this is the confirmatory test for nitrate. Confirmatory test for nitrate ion. If salt contains your salt in salt analysis, if salt contains nitrate ion NO3 minus. So it is the confirmatory test for nitrate ion in qualitative analysis. Salt analysis means qualitative analysis or salt analysis. When to a nitrate solution freshly prepared ferrous sulfate solution is added, then concentrated H2SO4 is added along through sides of the test tube, then brown ring is formed. The brown ring formula is this one. At the interface, at the junction of two, one solution is here, another solution is here. While where these two solutions meet, that area only brown ring will form. What is the brown ring formula? FeH2O NO2 plus. So these are the uses of nitric acid. The major use of nitric acid in the manufacture of ammonium nitrate. Already you seen explosive and fertilizer also. Other nitrates for the use of explosives and pyrotechnics means fire. It is also used in the preparation of nitroglycerin, trinitrotoluene, TNT. It is also explosive and other organic nitro compounds. Other major use of are in the pickling of stainless steel, etching of metals, and as an oxidizer in rocket fuels. This is about group 15 elements. In the next class, I will explain group 16 elements. Okay, thank you.